Welcome to Voice of the Inland Empire, your weekly adventure into the who, what, where, and why of our Southern California communities. In our little coffee house today, we are joined by Chief Mark Hartwig of the San Bernardino County Fire Department. And this is going to be a fascinating discussion. We're going to learn how this gentleman started as a volunteer firefighter and over a reasonably short period of time worked his way all the way up to fire chief. Now, if you want to know more about our show, upcoming guests, or view past shows, you can visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com, where you'll find a complete listing of all the times and days our show can be enjoyed, as well as an archive of past shows and guests. We have a wonderful show lined up for you today, so don't go away. We will be right back.
Business owners, are you overwhelmed when it comes to tracking your finances? Most business owners don't realize there are 3 different right ways to enter the same transaction into QuickBooks. One right way will work well for a business and owner. A second right way will work poorly, while a third right way will work okay, but not well. I am Linda QBQ Russell, the QuickBook Queen, and I help you choose the best right way for your business. I do custom QuickBooks setup. Together we find the quickest, easiest way to enter data that provides you accurate financial reports. These reports guide you to grow your business more profitably. I just started my free online tutorials to help more startups and new QuickBooks users. Sign up now at qbqueen.com and quickbooksfreetutorial.com. Let's get started now.
It is that time of the show when we say hello to today's guest, and we are joined by Chief Mark Hartwig with the San Bernardino County Fire Department. And Chief, I've been looking forward to this interview for so long because, it would be hard to find a kid who at some point in his life didn't say, when I grow up, I want to be a firefighter. So I'm really excited to have you, and thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here, yeah.
And I want to start with that because it's kind of the obvious question. Were you one of those kids that actually never outgrew saying that?
No, in fact, I go back to what you said. I think everybody dreams about it, but I wasn't one of the kids that grew up and said, I have to do that. I majored in zoology, so I have a degree in zoology.
Well, that's close. Kind of.
A lot of people say that. How in the world did you get from zoology to the fire service? My dad was a doctor, and I thought I wanted to be a doctor. I loved medical care, and so went to school to be a doctor, majored in zoology, loved animals, and then happened upon a fire station as I was getting my master's degree in zoology, and the rest is history.
So you started just volunteering? Were you like in an explorer program or?
Yes. So when I worked through Cal Poly in my undergraduate degree, I worked on an ambulance to make ends meet. Ran.
So certified EMT?
Yes.
Okay.
And so when I moved to Wrightwood, met my college sweetheart, married, moved to Wrightwood, and I passed a fire station and said, well, I'm an EMT, been doing it for 10 years, almost now. Could I volunteer there? Didn't even know about volunteer opportunities in the fire service. Stopped by the fire station in Wrightwood, and they said, we have this paid call program, which basically means when the pager goes off, you come and help however you can. And so I put my name in. It was about a 6-month wait to get onto the department. Yeah, just a lot of interest at that time. And then got on and started talking to people about a career. Could you do this for a career? I mean, can you support a family? And we were just starting one, and that's kind of where it started. I never really looked back, and it's interesting, EMS is so much of the fire service, medical care,
right,
that it started to make a lot of sense for me. I said, well, I don't have to be a doctor to help people with medical care. I could be a firefighter, and was always known now as the guy who really embraced and enjoyed the EMS side. It's not always the most popular side in the fire service.
But you know what's fascinating to me about that story is that so many of us get so dead set on what we think we want to do or what we think is right for us that we end up missing the real opportunities. In your case, you didn't do that. You weren't so locked into zoology that you were blinded to perhaps a better course of life for you.
Yeah, that's a great point. So who knows what we want at age 15 and age 17 and 19 at age 25. So yeah, being always open to the opportunity that's before you, preparing yourself well, and then setting yourself apart is what I like to say, and looking for opportunity. And often it's not where you're looking for it.
Right. But now, there's a pretty big gap, Chief, between being on call with a pager, volunteering, to being the chief of the department. Most would argue that's a pretty long road. So how did you make that? That's huge.
Well, to be honest, I started as a pay call firefighter, really not even looking at it as a career, as we said. I just looking to help the community. Yeah, man, I could help the people the professionals that are out helping people every day. And then saying, boy, maybe I could do this full time. And it's just one step at a time. For me, it was, could I do this full time? And going back and thinking about it, watching them do it, and then going on a couple calls. Yeah, I think I could do that, and starting there. And then the next step was, boy, man, now I'm a firefighter and I'm a paramedic. Could I drive the engine? That's an engineer. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of studying and testing. Maybe I'll do that. And so it was, it's crazy how that works, right? I can honestly say I never once sat down and said, I think I want to be the chief. It was always, well, you know, the next step is this.
It was probably more like one day you went, hey, I'm the chief.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, I think that's probably more. And what was I thinking, right?
Yeah, well, after the fact, clearly. But having your background in zoology probably prepared you to deal with just about anything.
Yeah.
So how long did that process take? Because you're newly appointed, right? When did you become
4
chief?
years.
Oh, it's been 4 years?
Yeah,
okay.
April of 90 or May of 2011. So I'm going on 4 years this May. Yeah. So it seems like it was yesterday.
And what year was it when you started volunteering?
April of 1992 was when I first got into the fire service. I really grew up in the county, and I say the county. The county offers something just so kind of adventurous, you know, because the county is, especially our county, it's 21,000 square miles. We serve 16,000 of those square miles, and so it's just from, well, you know, one second you're in a city and the next second you're on the edge of a cliff.
And yeah, the county is enormous, and we're going to take a break right now. But when we come back, I want to continue this discussion of what it means to even be a firefighter in the county, let alone the chief. So don't go away. The best part of this conversation is yet to come.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Ewan, and I do the hair and makeup for Ron Stark and his guests. I would like to make you look and feel like a star all of the time. Come meet me at Studio M Salon and Spa in Upland, and if you mention this show, you can receive a free consultation and half off a haircut. I offer the best in makeup and formal styles for weddings, proms, and all of your special occasions, including special effects makeup, hairstyling, cutting, and color, hair and eyelash extensions, facials, and body treatments. So if you want to look and feel like a star, come see me at Studio M Salon and Spa in Upland. Give me a call today for your free consultation and half off a haircut at 626-589-3475 or 909-981-6800.
We are back, and you are watching or listening to Voice of the Inland Empire. And to find out all the times and locations you can enjoy the show, simply visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com. We are joined today by Chief Mark Hartwig of the San Bernardino County Fire Department. And Chief, in the first segment, we talked about what brought you from college life studying zoology to the chief of the department. But now, I wanted to ask some questions about what all is involved in what you do. But one of my questions is, what's the difference between, say, city and county fire? And don't you guys in some places act as both?
Yes, sir, and that's a great question. Really, it's all jurisdictional. So really, in this county, it just means that we have a larger jurisdiction than a city that might have their own department. And some cities don't have their own department. They contract that service out to the county. For instance, the city of Fontana contracts with the county. They said, instead of us creating our own department, we'll go with somebody who's already got a department created. And of course, the county brings a huge depth of resources to a city who might not want to invest in those themselves. Very expensive.
Right, because a city may not want to have a helicopter fleet and invest in all of the trucks and the maintenance,
yes,
where you've got this depth that you can bring. But do you then act like a city fire department? I mean, you set up shop in the city, and yes, for all practical purposes, you are the Fontana Fire Department?
That's correct. We act as their fire department, and then they own the equipment, they own the fire stations, and we essentially run their fire department for them. We do that under contract for the county, but we also do that under annexations. The cities of Grand Terrace and Yucca Valley say, we don't even want a contract. We want to sign over our property tax revenue for the fire protection portion, and you take care of it. So in those cases, we act as the city fire department, but we do it under annexation as opposed to contract. Probably a nuance, but from funding, and as the funding goes, which is important for us as we build a regional model into the future, that's important to us.
So what about, say, like some of the mountain communities? Are those just considered, county, or are they city or annexed or contract?
They're annexed into the district. So they're service areas, they're county unincorporated areas, Lake Arrowhead. We have Fawnskin, we have some of the unincorporated portions of the North Shore and Big Bear, and the Green Valley Lake area. They're just annexed into the district, part of the county fire district. Yes.
All right. Wow. And, as most people know, San Bernardino County is larger than a third of the states in the country. So you've got this massive geographic area to cover. And that can't be easy. But in the last few minutes, I wanted to ask you, if someone is watching or listening and is maybe considering a career in fire, you're the poster boy for that. I mean, having started as a volunteer and now you're running the whole gig. What would you say? What would you suggest?
Boy, first of all, you have to prepare yourself for a lot of no's. It's a very competitive business. A lot of people want to do it. It's a great job, very exciting, very rewarding, but it's hard. And you got to know going into it, you're going to compete against a lot of people and you're going to hear a lot of no's. With that said, once you're determined to do it, I would suggest you immediately get an emergency medical technician class. And an EMT class are offered in regional occupation programs, ROP programs. They're offered in community colleges. We offer one at the county fire department. You can find information on our website at the county fire department for that. But literally 80% of what we do in the fire service today is the public calling us for emergency medical care. And so every one of ours, but anybody in the fire service has an EMT requirement. And then 18 years of age, high school diploma or GED, and a California driver's license, and get that EMT program. And I say that not only because it's a requirement really wherever you want to get a job, but if you can't see blood or you're squeamish, 8 out of 10 times you're going to see that on a call, and so you might think twice about it.
Yeah, you will not see me at a fire academy. But speaking of that, is that a good way to go?
Well, it's hard because it's a lot of time and effort to get through a fire academy, and there's a lot of graduates of fire academies that don't end up in the fire service. So there are subscription services out there, and I don't need to mention them here, but you need to find out what people are requiring, and some departments like ours will require paramedic because we're really just hiring paramedic. Some will hire just like LA County, a much larger department, just with a high school diploma, 18 years of age, and a driver's license. Well, then anybody could take that test. And so finding out if you meet the qualifications and then start taking tests, because then you start saying, boy, I could do that. I could take that test again. Then you start getting into a couple of oral interviews. Boy, I was really nervous the first time, but no, I think I'm getting better. I feel more comfortable as I'm talking. So you even start to know what you need to prepare for. Mm-hmm. And before you start taking tests, it's all just a big idea.
It's ethereal.
Yeah. So that's important. Find out what the requirements are. And again, I personally, in fact, I still do, so I can find out what departments are using for qualifications. Get a subscription service. They're relatively cheap, and they'll tell you what you need to take the test.
Got it.
And the test is the first step.
And like you said, if you're a young person, be prepared for a bunch of no's, but if you stick with it each round, each time you do it, you'll get that much better.
That's right.
And that much closer to maybe one day being the person that takes your slot when you retire.
I hope so. I hope I can train that guy.
Yeah. Well, Chief Hartwig, thank you for joining us. This has been a fascinating conversation, and I'd love to have you back on again soon.
I'd like to be here. Thank you.
Don't go away. We still have more yet to come. We'll be right back. Looking for a new mattress? Not sure where to go or how to start? Want to make sure you get the best mattress for your money and one that will give you years of sleeping pleasure? There's only one answer, and that is Dreamland Discount Mattress in Covina. At Dreamland, Bruce and his dedicated team will ensure that you find the right mattress at the right price that will give you years of sleeping comfort. Dreamland Discount Mattress offers a wide range of options, styles, and choices, all at up to 80% off. Want to hear what many of their customers are saying about them? Check them out on Yelp to learn why you should become a satisfied customer of Dreamland Discount Mattress too. Go by and visit them at 1007 North Azusa Avenue in Covina, or give them a call at 626-331-8044. And remember, at Dreamland Discount Mattress, prices are always up to 80% off. I told him, and you have a voice for newspaper because he ran the local newspaper.
Oh, great.
3, 2.
Do you understand the importance of a good night's sleep? More and more science is sharing with us that whether or not you're getting a good night's sleep and are fully rested will truly affect your life in many ways, including your health. So to beducate us, we are joined today by Bruce Burnett, who is the owner of Dreamland Discount Mattress. And Bruce, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Ron.
So if someone, and many of us have a bed that we've been sleeping on, and we know for way too long, it's lumpy, it's old, it probably has those little mite thingies crawling all through it. What's the first step in considering getting a new mattress and a better night's sleep?
One of the things that I'd probably consider first is what you're looking to achieve. You want to go in with the idea of do you think you like something firmer or softer? You'll know right away when you lay on a bed whether that bed is not right for you. So don't waste time on those. If you lay down on a bed and you say, wow, that's too firm, no matter what the salesman tells you, it's probably too firm for you. Probably the next thing that you would want to entertain is the types of mattress that you're looking for. There's memory foams, there's hybrids, back in the day we had water beds. And what you said was exactly true. People normally sleep about 2 years too long on what they have. You know when your mattress is done, but it's a big purchase. So people tend to wait and they don't do anything, and they're going to save more money and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And what ends up happening is they hurt themselves for a couple of years.
Yeah, and I know I've been guilty of that, where I've slept on a lumpy mattress and you wake up and you're achy and sore and you know you're not getting a good night's sleep, and the negative effect it has on your life is immense.
It's a third of all your time. You know, so if you split your day up in the 3 sections, you're going to spend a third of all your time in bed.
So when you start the process, is it important to bed shop, or are all mattresses about the same?
It's really important to bed shop. While most mattresses have similar characteristics, you know, spring units change. I'm a big fan of the pocketed coil, which keeps your weight on your side, your partner's weight on the other. Is also very good at conforming to your body. But I would say that if you go to department stores, you're going to be stuck with a certain number of brands. You go to an independent, you can shop a lot of different brands.
So it is important to shop and find what you're looking for. If someone wants to become even more educated, how can they get a hold of you?
I would say call one of our sleep specialists at 626-331-8044.
All right, Bruce, thank you, and we're looking forward to talking to you again next time.
Okay.
Don't go away. We will be right back. The Citizens Business Bank Arena is my favorite place for concerts, shows, and sporting events. And if you haven't been, you really need to check it out. Let's see what's coming up on the arena clipboard. On May 16th, the Amgen Tour of California Stage 7. This is a Tour de France style cycling road race. The starting line is at the arena on May 16th. The gates open at 10 a.m. and the race begins at 11:30 and entry is free. Then on June 12th, Spirit West Coast 15. This family-friendly event features concerts by many of the top artists of Christian music. Performers include Toby Mac, Newsboys, Matt Redman, and many more. The very next day, on June 13th, Freestyle Explosion, where you can dance the night away to all of your old school R&B favorites, from Stevie B, Taylor Dane, Seduction, Johnny O, Debbie Deb, Company B, Connie, Noel, and JJ Fad. Then, June 21st, July 23rd, and August 5th, the Lingerie Football League returns to the Citizens Business Bank Arena. This is one of the world's fastest growing sports, and your chance to be a part of what has been called sport's ultimate live fan experience. There's always something going on at the arena. Check the website at cbbankarena.com for the calendar of upcoming shows and events, or call the box office at 909-244-5600. It is that time of the show when we say hello to Reverend Greg Dorse, Senior Minister at the Claremont Center for Spiritual Living and our spiritual guide and mentor. And Reverend Greg, there seems to be a trend. You know, people are discovering spirituality, New Age thinking, whatever title you want to put on it, but that's starting to even work its way into the business world.
It is in a real way, Ron. Some people call it conscious business practices. Some people call it spiritual business practices, which means that we keep an eye on how the way we do certain things affect other people. We're concerned about them. We're also concerned about their input. And there's this new word today that we really like. It's called collaboration. So what we do in spiritual business practice is to take a look at who to collaborate with. People that we used to order around before are wonderful collaborators. Mm-hmm. I mean, we get to sit down and talk about how this project and their participation in it may affect the entire operation of the business. And they get buy-in. People get to talk about it and become a part of the process. We actually care about what it is they think about what they're doing.
And I think that makes so much sense. You know, I think more and more societal, we're moving away from it's just about bottom line profits and realizing that it's not. It's about the world, it's about the environment, it's about the people. And if we maintain as a society, at least in business, this, it's just about the bottom line and just about shareholders, we're missing the boat.
Well, that's true. You know, it's not about customers. It's not about the people you work with. It's not about those relationships. It's all about that. It's all about community. You're spending a huge amount of your day in the business environment. It'd be a good thing if you were happy about what you were doing. You know, and you can create those environments and still maintain incredible productivity.
And, you know, taking that all the way out so that everyone in the workforce knows, here's the lines we draw in the sand in terms of how we do our business. Here's our clearly stated ethics, our morals. You know, there's a million ways to make a lot of money, but not all of them are ethical or moral. And having that kind of feeling tone throughout the entire organization, I think makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I think that people really respond better when they think they're doing something for society, they're doing something for their fellow man, and they're doing it in a responsible way. And I think all of those things lend to spiritual or conscious business practices, Ron.
I love it. Claremont Center for Spiritual Living, Sundays and Wednesdays?
Yes, Sunday 10:30 for the service, 10 o'clock for meditation, and our Wednesday night service is a lot of fun. 7 o'clock is the time that the service starts, but we meet for meditation around 6:15.
All right, I love it. Come on out, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. We'll see you there.
If you can think it, we can ink it at Patterson Print Shop. From embroidery to printing too, signs, banners, t-shirts, that's what we do. Anything that you can imagine at Patterson Print Shop, we make it happen. If you can think it, we can ink it at Patterson Print Shop. Call us today at 951-924-2332 or visit pattersonprintshop.org.
Ron Stark the Voice is brought to you by KMET Radio, Smart Talk 1490, intelligent conversation and information for the Inland Empire. Your home for Andrea Tanteros, weekday mornings. Lakers and Clippers basketball, Kings hockey, Angels baseball, and of course, Ron Stark the Voice. Heard every Friday at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Your home for intelligent conversation and information for the Inland Empire, KMET. Also check out KMET1490am.com.
What a great show. I so enjoyed chatting with all of our guests, and I want to thank you for tuning in and joining us. And please remember, set your DVRs so you never miss another episode of Voice of the Inland Empire. Want to watch 24/7? Then visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com, where you can also see the places, times, and days our show can be seen and heard. And if you visit our website, drop us an email. We love to hear from you. If you have comments, ideas, suggestions, thoughts on show guests. Show guests need to have topics of broad general interest and be non-commercial in nature. If you'd prefer to contact us in the more traditional method, there's always our telephone hotline at 909-746-8846. So until next time, this is Ron Stark reminding you to be productive, care for your world and the people around you, work hard, find time for fun, and always remember to give back whatever and whenever you can. Until next time, goodbye for now.